Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I just wanted to walk you guys through the homeschool curriculum that I've been using this year for my daughter for science. And the curriculum that we have been using is A Reason for Science. It comes in a workbook. So this is the student workbook, and there is a teacher workbook. Now what I like to do with these the teacher guidebook is to take it to like Staples or Office Max or any one of those paper product stores. You can just buzz in there, and for just a few bucks they will cut the binding off for you. So that's what I did. I just had them cut the binding off of my workbook, and then I actually put all of my pages into the binder with plastic sleeves, just because I use it so much throughout the year, and this makes it so much more durable for me. And if we're doing an experiment or something, I can just wipe it off. I don't have to worry about it getting damaged from water or anything like that. Now what I do is I go through and I read everything that I need to read and make little notes before I put it in the sleeves, and then I'm all set for the year. So the way that this is set up, and I will show you one of the lessons in the back of the book, because in the front of the book she's already completed most of these experiments throughout the year. So I will take you to the back of the book and show you one of these. So we will look at lesson 31. Lesson 31, it starts out, it gives you the focus, the objective, the overview, and then it gets right into the experiment. They like to do the fun part first, which I think is kind of cool. A lot of science curriculums, you have a lot of reading first and the desk work, and then you do the experiment. And by the time that you get to the experiment, as a homeschool mom, a lot of times the kids are tired, they want to be done, and sometimes it's just really tempting to just drop the ball on the experiment and move on. And the people at A Reason For believe that the experiment is so beneficial and keeps the kids' attention, is so fun for them, and such a great way to learn, that they want you to do that first and then talk about what you learned and apply it with the desk work. So I think that's a really great idea. So let's just move back here to lesson 31. So marvelous magnets. So you go over with them the objective and the focus, the overview, and then you get right into your experiment. And right here in the book, it gives you the materials that are needed, and it lists them out. And anything that is in boldface is in your kit. So it comes with this kit. And this kit has everything in it that you need for your experiments, minus the things that you would just typically have laying around your house. So anything that would be something that you would need to order or would be hard to find, it's all in this box. This has changed my life this year. Just being able to pull this out and know that all of my supplies are in the kit and ready for me. So, just for example, in this lesson, in the boldface, it says you should have 2 magnets, a wooden dowel rod, a PVC pipe, a nail, iron filings, and 2 sealable bags. Now, at the bottom of this, it does tell you that you will need aluminum foil, and you can tell that that is the thing that is not going to be included in the kit because it is not in boldface print. So what I like to do, I have a homeschool planner that I put all of my lesson plans in, and I went through, and on the week before this week, so on week 30, at the bottom of the page, I wrote aluminum foil for next week to remind me that, hey, make sure that you have aluminum foil for your science experiment next week. And that way you don't get up to time and say, oh goodness, we're out of aluminum foil, so we can't do this project today. I just did that so that it would be a nice reminder. After you get all of your materials needed together, it does give you like additional comments. This is just some tips for you as a parent. This one says, don't let iron filings come into direct contact with magnets or cleanup will be very difficult. Also remind students to keep the magnets completely away from any computers and similar electronic devices. So it just gives you tips like that pertaining to mostly the materials that you're using and dangers that they may occur from those materials. It does give you the overview, and then the next page gets into what to do. Now, on these, it gives you a picture of what the page looks like in the student workbook. These pages are going to be exactly like the page that your student is doing. This is going to give you the answers over here. But your directions are always on the outside edge. So there's the page in the student workbook, and this is going to tell you what to do, and then it's going to give you teacher to teacher, which just gives you some tips on how to teach this lesson. Up here on the next page, after you do the experiment, you're going to get into what happened. And this is just going to let you know how this fits into the real world. It's going to expand on the lesson and give them some extra information. Then they're going to go through and they're going to answer the what we learned. And I'll show you that here in the student workbook. So also I want to point out these experiments, they have them labeled out step by step, and they are broken out so that the kids can actually read this and do these experiments all on their own while you just watch and allow them to take over and kind of be in charge of their own experiment. So that's really, really nice. Then you get into this area, which, like I said, there's the what happened. And then here are their questions that they're going to answer about the experiment and the lesson. On this back page is the conclusion and the food for thought. The food for thought always ties your lesson back into scripture to show you how this experiment fits right back into the Bible. And then there is a journaling section. In this section, I like to have my daughter draw a picture of the experiment, because the classes that my son has been in for science, he has always had to draw a picture, and it's something that he was uncomfortable with. So I just thought if I can have her do that now, then it's going to be much more comfortable for her as she gets into higher science. So in the teacher book, you have your answer key, and back here it gives you the conclusion, the food for thought, and the journaling. And down here on the last page of the science, it has a section called extended teaching. And this gives you usually 4 to 5 examples of things that you can do if you feel like the lesson wasn't meaty enough, or they just need more, they're really interested in the lesson that week, or if you just really want them to have more teaching on the subject, it gives you some ideas of what to do. And a lot of times these are like a research paper that they can write, a book that they can read, a field trip, or maybe someone in that field that they can interview. It gives you lots of different ideas. I know my daughter has a couple of times chosen to do a poster where she clipped some things out and printed some things off the internet and just wrote some things and made a poster board of the subject. So this is something where you can expand, and I have done that a lot this year because my daughter is in 7th/8th grade, and we were doing the 6th grade science And so I really wanted to do this one, so I just beefed it up for her to make it enough science for her grade. And it has been working out great. She has really enjoyed science this year. She has loved doing it. The experiments have been really beneficial to her. And we've really enjoyed this science this year. So that is it for my review of this science curriculum. I just wanted to, I know I had talked to you guys earlier in the year about how that we were going to be using this science, and I just wanted to pop back in and show you what the pages look like, how it works, and let you know what our final analysis of it was. And I can say that I would highly recommend this science. We have really enjoyed doing it. It's been a great year this year. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.